But our reflex to leave our body is that we start living in a very small identity of a self that owns a body, but's living in the mind, and is not really experiencing full aliveness. We don't get to see those beautiful flowers and feel our sense tenderly, our hearts with others, and to be really able to sense the reality of the moment in a direct way. We're just not here. So learning to inhabit is the way back. And as we inhabit, we begin to sense what we've been missing, this open-heartedness. As Hafiz says, he says, please stay near to me, and Hafiz will spin you into love. Stay near. I often, when I teach about working with pain and unpleasantness, I talk about a kind of 8-year period where I was chronically ill. And it was a spiraling down. I have loose connective tissue. It's a disease or a genetic disorder. And so it leads to easily injuring myself. And for about 8 years, it was just getting worse and worse, and I was losing mobility, and it was very challenging. And it was out of that period of working with the pain and the illness that I wrote the book True Refuge, which really was what I was discovering about how to be in the midst of that kind of discomfort, emotionally and physically, and find some real peace and freedom. And one of my main discoveries, which I've shared and which was really important to me, was similar to the woman I described, the dancers. I'd go through these bouts where I'd be in a lot of structural pain, and I'd have a lot of fear about what I was not going to be able to do. And I'd get caught in a very small sense of a fearful self and trying to fix it, tightening against what was in the future, just a very small, not okay self. And the practice became, okay, how much can I really open in this moment and let what's here be here? How much can I say this belongs? Just like any wave in the ocean, it's part of the ocean. And what I found was the more I could say this belongs, the more I was occupying the space of the ocean. Every time there was a wave of fear, this belongs, okay, there's a little more space. I wasn't the fearful self. I was occupying a much more open space of tenderness relating to the fear. It's not whether or not pain arises, it's how we relate. Loving presence arises when we can say this belongs. This is Annie Morrow Lindbergh. She says, go with the pain, let it take you. Open your palms and your body to the pain. It comes in waves like a tide, and you must be open as a vessel lying on the beach, letting it fill you up and then retreating, leaving you empty and clear. With a deep breath, it has to be as deep as the pain. One reaches a kind of inner freedom from the pain, as though the pain were not yours but your body's. The spirit lays the body on the altar. With a deep breath, it has to be as deep as the pain. One reaches a kind of inner freedom from pain, as though the pain were not yours but your body's. The spirit lays the body on the altar. So this is one of the gifts. I'm going to name 2 gifts of embodiment. And one of them is that through opening to the waves and saying, this belongs, we sense that oceanness. We sense that spirit, that loving presence. It's vast. But I want to name one more gift as part of closing, which is one of the sufferings of leaving our bodies is we lose communication. We can't really listen to the wisdom of our body. So we really don't know how to take care of ourselves. And we're not so attuned energetically to others and can't respond as well to our world. And so one of the gifts of coming back to the garden, sensing ourselves as the garden, sensing all of us as the garden, is that we come into a very living, energetic, and intelligent relationship with this world. And I think you can hear that if in this poem, you can hear how this comes alive in us when we start coming into awareness of our body. And you might close your eyes and just listen. It's called a felt sense prayer. I am the pain in your head, the knot in your stomach, the unspoken grief in your smile. I am your high blood sugar, your elevated blood pressure, your fear of challenge, your lack of trust. I am your hot flashes, your fragile low back, your agitation and your fatigue. You tend to disown me, suppress me, ignore me, inflate me, coddle me, condemn me. You usually want me to go away immediately, to disappear, to slip back into obscurity. More times than not, I am only the most recent notes of a long symphony, the most evident branches of roots that have been challenged for seasons. So I implore you, I am a messenger with good news, as disturbing as I can be at times. I'm wanting to guide you back to those tender places in yourself, the place where you can hold yourself with compassion and honesty. I may ask you to alter your diet, get more sleep, exercise regularly, breathe more consciously. I might encourage you to see a vaster reality and worry less about the day-to-day fluctuations of life. I may ask you to explore the bounds and wounds of your relationships. I am your friend, not your enemy. I have no desire to bring pain and suffering into your life. I'm simply tugging at your sleeve, too long immune to gentle nudges. I desire for you to allow me to speak to you in a way that enlivens your higher instincts for self-care. You are a being so vast, so complex, with amazing capacities for self-regulation and healing. Let me be one of the harbingers that leads you to the mysterious core of your being, where insight and wisdom are naturally available when called upon with a sincere heart. Let me be one of the harbingers that leads you to the mysterious core of your being, where insight and wisdom are naturally available when called upon with a sincere heart. You might keep your eyes closed as we end together. Really, we're exploring how to decondition this habit of leaving, how to learn to stay, how to return to the garden by inhabiting our body, how to become the whole garden, really this whole beingness. And to know it requires a flexibility in approach, that there are times that out of compassion, when pain is strong, we redirect our attention. And many other times that we choose, we invite ourselves right back here. It's as our poet Jane Hooper says, she says, please come home. Please come home. Find the place where your feet know where to walk and follow your own trail home. Please come home. Please come home into your own body, your own vessel, your own earth. Please come home into each and every cell and fully into the space that surrounds you. And so for these last few moments, to invite yourself home fully, with interest, with care. You might let your awareness pour into your hands and just fill your hands with aliveness. Feel the tingling and vibrating there. Relaxing the arms, letting the awareness spread through the arms. So you feel the volume and the length of your arms. Feel your feet filled with awareness, tingling and vibrating. Feel the length and volume of your legs. Fill them with awareness. And softening the belly, let the awareness spread so you can inhabit your torso. Feel the face tingling, the eyes soft. Inhabiting this whole body. And if there's somewhere in your body that is asking for attention, where there's unpleasantness, see if you can breathe with it. And just feel it as a constellation of sensations. Perhaps soften around it, feel the space around it. And feel right to the center of it. Noticing what changes. Still breathing, still aware of this whole body as a field of sensation. You might sense the space around you, the space in the room. And sense how the aliveness and space inside the body and outside the body are like continuous space, filled with aliveness. How porous the boundaries of the body. Sensing this dynamic presence, the space of aliveness that's your home. Please come home. Please come home into your own body, your own vessel, your own earth. Please come home into each and every cell and fully into the space that surrounds you.